when I got that thing, it was torn apart, shredded.
Oh, man.
The plastic was eaten alive, the rigid base on it. That was
Tracy,
eaten.
did you have a question?
My golf bag inside was eaten through. I had golf balls that were sheared in half.
No, I was just trying to
And the rubber was
join.
broken.
Something like fell into like the mechanics of the conveyor belts.
I remember that they delayed opening that airport for 3 months to try and get the
Hi.
fine tune that most, supposed to be the most sufficient
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
various luggage transportation system.
Can you add me back?
A loss
Yes, we
that
hear you.
holds the bid in,
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, now I can hear you.
and Frank didn't. I don't know. Anyway. Excited,
And you're unmuted.
but I told him there's only one way to do it.
Okay, Tracy is zooming in this evening.
Yeah,
Okay, are we ready for our?
Ready.
Did we have something sent to us?
Yeah, we've got one pre-approval, 318 East Swan.
I didn't have time to like print any of those off, so. It's been one of those days, All right, so we'll do the work session. First one is 28 Elm Place. Any comments? We can start with you, Ken. All right, I'll let you, David.
What I say. The west elevation, I just felt that the removal of the windows made the elevation look empty. And would like to see cohesive window grill patterning across the home if possible. That's all I have for that one.
In terms of the house. I'm sure you like the window. Did you do that? What, east side of?
It was last Saturday since I looked at it, so.
My first reaction was the same, David, when I looked at the west elevation. But then when I looked at the existing west elevation, that's about the number of windows they have. I know they're putting an addition on that side. So for me, that was kind of a mitigating factor.
Got it.
And then also too, when I first glanced at the revised elevations, it looked to me like it was proposed to have no grills in the windows. But then when I looked closer, I could see that there's really faint horizontal grill. And then I saw the note on the plan that said that the grills are to match the windows. And then that does check with the window order that was submitted with it. So just, I think it might be a good idea to clarify in our motion that those windows in the new addition have the horizontal muttons that match the door. And, you know, for me, that's okay. I mean, I like the previous version very well, but for me, this is fine because the addition looks good with massing and materials, and then it just has the little distinctive element of the different grill pattern to show that it's an addition and not original. So I was okay with it.
Yep. Okay. And for me, I'm glad you pointed that out because I was, I didn't see those grill lines.
I had my glasses on and everything.
I was doing it in the dark. It was pitch dark. No, you can see them in really good light. And I think it was just really a question. I didn't really have any issues. I was curious as to why the west side windows were I think there's a couple less, isn't there?
Yeah, there's two less. I
Yeah.
mean, it would be nice to have them.
It was just for
Yeah.
me, I'd like to know why when something's revised. So that was really my only comment. So I think with that, we can move on to 211 South Elm Avenue. Door replacing windows. So they were replacing their entry door and windows. Carol, any comments?
Yeah, you know, I couldn't see from the photo what the entry door really looked like because the photo is taken from such a far vantage point. And there was a statement on the submittal that says that the existing door is not solid wood and therefore unsafe. It was a penciled in statement, and I just wanted to verify exactly what the condition of the door is and why it's determined to be unsafe.
Yeah, I took it to think that if it's like a hollow core, that it wasn't like security safe.
Well, you know, I wanted to see the door, so I went over there and took a photograph, and I think it's amazingly beautiful. Yeah, I took a picture of it. I'll show it to y'all. It's has beveled glass in it. The side lights have beveled glass in it. I would really like to talk with the applicants about the door, the condition of it, and restoring it because it's such a beautiful asset for the house. Here's a photograph so y'all can see.
Yeah, up close. It is a beautiful door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it seems like the proposed doors, like the double door, it reminded me of a rear patio. It doesn't give me a front door feeling. It seems like something that you'd
Mhm.
have going out to a deck or something.
Yeah, I agree.
God, who was talking.
Yeah, sorry.
Tracy,
Coming
Sorry.
from the
yeah, I
sky.
didn't-
Maybe, yeah, maybe when the photograph comes back, or maybe Ken can hold it up and see if the camera will zoom in on it so Tracy can see it.
Yeah, you know, my comment was more about the if they do go with a double door like that and remove the side lights, that they do match the finishes of the door, you know, being that the red side lights and the red door and is that trim yellow?
Actually, yeah, well, it's with the light conditions we have lately, I think it was the photograph in the haze more than the actual color.
Oh, white.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just so because I think the photographs of the new were a render, you know,
Mhm.
or brown door versus a red door or
Mhm.
Yeah.
a wood look door. And also, you know, seeing that picture, you know, maybe if they could include beveled glass and some muttons.
Yeah, or really, you know, I'd just like to have a more in-depth conversation about what exactly is the issue. We had spoken with these folks informally, and as I recall, they bought the house to rehab it and sell it. And personally, if I were in the market for a historic home,
Right.
this I would like sell it like on the front porch. It's incredible.
For the
Mhm.
entry door alone.
Yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, I would like to,
It's a good perspective, I think, you know. I
yeah,
think it's an interesting point. Because as you guys are talking, I'm looking at the house and I'm seeing this unique style and rail, the diamond shape in the windows. The existing windows have all this character. And these things have, brand new, like you said, back patio door kind of character. It looks like they don't match the rest of the house. It's like there's a level of detail missing from the new doors that could easily be added, even if they wanted to do the new doors.
yeah. Or, if they, if, for some reason they wanted to do a new door, replicating this one would be an amazing thing to do. And also, I mean, the door hardware is fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, it could use a little work, but
Oh yeah, no,
it's
it's
fabulous.
right. I mean, it's got the house number on there, the level of detail on that door is fantastic. Yeah, the full mortise, yeah. But I realize that, sometimes with some of that door hardware, it wears out in time and
Yeah.
can't be restored, but
Yeah, well, that's true. I just,
questions.
it would be worth it to me to look into it because it
Mhm.
is such an awesome feature.
Yeah,
And then also regarding the side door, I can see where it would be functional to have a door in that location. If they were to do a door that was more in keeping with the character of the house, with maybe a wood material or something that had the warmth and the detail level of the rest of the house, I think that would be a good idea because it is visible from the road. And then also to just a note, they said they might add a handrail at that side door.
mhm.
And because it's likely going to be the primary door for the homeowners going in and out because their parking is there, just for safety and convenience, it might be a good idea to put the rail there, even if it isn't required by code.
Mhm. All right, David, any additional comments?
No.
Ken? Tracy?
Nope. Yeah.
All
I think
right,
if we- Yep.
next on the list is 128 South Gore Avenue. Tracy, you have any comments?
No comments on this one.
Ken,
None,
David,
None.
Carol?
No,
All right.
good to go.
Yeah, I think so. It's but it's
Historic, yeah.
public hearing, so
Oh, okay. When I flipped the sheet,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one we can't. Sorry, Ken. Okay, next we have Okay. Ken's blood sugar is low, so does anyone have a snack?
Talking to my neighbor, they were taking down a big tree, and that's what you do when they take down a big tree. You just watch it all day.
There you
Yeah, it's true.
and hold
Um,
your breath.
go. Right, exactly. All right, next. Yeah, 812 North Bompard Avenue. Comments from Tracy?
I wasn't sure looking at the photos. I couldn't tell if the new windows will match the existing or not.
Yep, same comment.
Same comment.
Yeah, I would just wanted to discuss what exactly is proposed.
Yeah. Ken, did you have any other comments? Okay.
Yeah. I'm seeing like a vertical 4/1
Yeah.
pattern and then the replacements don't have that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just wanna make sure it's consistent.
I mean, I think so.
Okay.
All right, next we have 528 Clark Avenue detached garage. I thought this was really nicely done. I only made this one comment about considering a steeper pitch, but it wasn't a requirement. I think that existing house has 2 pitches anyway, so. David, you have any comments?
Couple. I was wondering what the reason for the lap siding was on the garage. The main residence is 100% shingle style, and just didn't know if there was a reason why not just do the whole garage as shingle style versus added lap. And then also the shingles on the garage gables are not identified, and the pattern on the roof shingles matches the pattern on the gable.
Mhm.
Just want to make sure that they're not trying to do the same material. Likely not, but just want to just confirm.
Mhm.
That's it.
Okay. Ken?
No, you're just trying to clarify if, I don't know if that's vinyl siding or whatever, I'm sure they were doing what they were doing. Some cost.
Mhm.
It's a detached structure. You know, people have brick houses with a frame garage too. So
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah,
I was okay with.
Yeah.
I appreciate them bringing the detailing of the
Mhm.
ridge. Nice.
Tracy, any comments additional?
Yeah. Yeah, those gable brackets, they. Well, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, well, you were really faint. Now you're
Oh.
not.
Okay, I was probably turned the other way. I was noticing that those gable brackets, that's nice because it matches the house, but it's not quite an exact match. It looks like there's a horizontal piece to those brackets that this one's not showing. And I don't know if it's a big deal if it doesn't match exactly. I was just gonna
Mm.
bring that up. And then I noticed it's just a graphic thing, but the site plan, the last page of this middle, looks like the garage is rotated 180. I believe.
Mm. Yeah.
Like the garage doors at the back. And then, I just wanted to clarify, the garage door notes, the notes of the garage say that it's just an insulated garage door, but the drawing shows windows. I just wanted to make sure we're getting the windows on the front. Make sure that that's the intent of the style. And
Okay,
that's it.
that's good. Carol?
Uh, Y'all covered everything that I had noted, so we're good.
Okay. All right, next we have 318 East Swan Avenue.
That one's a pre-approval.
That is a pre-approval. All right.
Got that one right.
Yeah, I did too. I answered the quiz correctly. 136 East Waymire Avenue. We can start with Carol.
I just had a couple of questions really about what kind of concrete finish is proposed for the exposed portion of the front porch elevation wall. And just a little more information about what is proposed for the deck rail style. And to add a window or windows on the side elevation of the new garage.
Okay, yeah, I had the same comment about the windows. David,
Same comments.
Tracy,
I had a note here about the wood rail at the front elevation. It's noted, but they don't show anything on the front.
okay.
That's it.
Ken, do you have any comments?
No, anything to add to what's been said. It was a little confusing.
Yeah.
It's a strange circumstance that somebody else was gonna do it. They bought the house, now they're gonna finish it, so
Yeah. Right.
I guess they can explain what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, that's the end of our work session. We are going to take a little pause for everyone in person and online. We will start the official meeting at 5:30, which is 11 minutes from now. All right. All right, welcome everyone to the Architectural Review Board, July 20th session. We just finished our work session. Now the regular meeting is underway. Introduce Yolanda Wilkins and Andrew Klosterman with the city. To my right, we have Carol Dunkey and myself, Bob Buckman. Tracy Collins is another board member online. Ken Burns, David Yates, we're all volunteer architects that sit on the board. First item of business is approval of meeting minutes from July 6th, which everyone was given copies. And with that, I think we're all here. So I'm going to ask for a motion or
Make a
comments,
motion.
and if not, a motion.
Does anybody have comments, I guess, before motions made?
I don't.
I had no comments.
I'll make a motion then to approve the July 6th meeting minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. All right, meeting minutes for July are approved as written. Next, we have, I believe, one pre-approval. So I'm gonna ask for a motion on 318 East Swan Avenue.
Make a motion to approve 318 East Swan Avenue was submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye, opposed. 318 East Swan is approved. Tracy, you should know too, Andrew informed us that submittal number 4812 North Bompard has been removed from the list
Oh,
that was
okay.
approved administratively, so. All right. That's it for the pre-approvals. At this point, we have a few public hearing projects. We'll do those first. If we call your project, you're here present, we had asked that you come up to the microphone in front and introduce yourself. And we'll discuss your project. If you're online, to raise your Zoom hand, and Yolanda will add you to the discussion, and we'll do it that way. First is 28 Elm Place. And I know Tracy, this was yours, so you're recusing.
Yes.
Okay. Tracy's recused, and then we have John. Hello,
Hello, this is John Piazza. I'm the owner of the property.
welcome, John. I think we had a couple of questions. I'll just ask Carol to start.
I personally did not have any questions once I kind of reviewed a few things and determined some details about the submittal. I think that some folks had questions about the number of windows on that side elevation.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm through discussion. I'm fine now with this number that's there now.
Okay.
okay. Yeah, no, I just asked a question. I was curious, John, why the two windows came off the project on the west side.
The basic thoughts were as we developed the layout for the second floor, the window that was removed on the second floor ended up in the water closet.
Yeah,
And okay, it was just like, okay, why do I have a window there? And if I remove that window, okay, well then obviously to be symmetric, remove the one below it.
Yeah.
The added benefit down below is there's not a lot of wall space in the family room. So having a little bit of wall space gives you some freedom of furniture layout and things like that.
Mhm.
And I guess my thought was, well, the original house only had the 4 windows, 2 down and 2 up. So I have as many windows as was there, but it's not a major sticking point for us.
Yeah.
But that was the idea behind it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I just, because it was revised, I was just curious, that's all. I think it looks fine, so. I think with that, I know Ken didn't have any other comments, so it's a public hearing. Is there anyone else present online or in the room that wants to make a comment about 28 Elm Place? And with that, I'm gonna ask for a motion, seeing no one.
I did want to mention that one of the things I think that needs to be clarified
Oh.
is the grill pattern on the windows in the new addition, because the lines are a bit light on the plans. Maybe we should add to the motion that those horizontal muttons match the doors on the new addition. And if everybody's okay with that, I'll make a motion. Okay. I'll make a motion to approve 28 Elm Place as submitted with the understanding that there will be horizontal grills on the windows of the new addition, and the horizontal grills will match the door grills of the new addition.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed. All right, John, your project is approved.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye.
Next, we have 211 South Elm.
Hey, I'm the homeowner, 211 South Elm, Mike Mixon.
Amy Spears.
Amy Spears is doing the project with me.
Welcome,
Mm-mm.
Mike and Amy. Okay, who wants to start? Tracy? Tracy?
Yeah, I just, when looking at the submittal, it looked like the proposed door is something that I would expect to see on a rear patio towards a deck or something like that. Not something that I see on a historic home for the front door. So I was just curious about the style, because we're losing a lot of character from that front door.
Yeah, so the front door, the existing front door is really old, really pretty, but it's really thin in the I don't know if you guys have a close-up of the existing front door. Yes, correct. Yeah. It could almost be.
Thin plywood.
Yeah. So it just, and the door is pretty flimsy as it is. You can almost push through that panel. So my thought was to somehow replace the door. And then we thought, well, what about double doors? And then, that's kind of how we went down this path. So do you want to talk
My,
about that?
my thought was just the windows are really cool. They're the most character to me. So I wanted to simplify what the doors looked like to draw attention to the windows. So this might not be a very good picture of the doors, but the idea is that they're all wood surrounding. It's not just like painted brown like that.
Mm-hmm.
When we're looking at historic homes, you see them from the distance, but then you also see them close up. And a lot of the character defining elements are textural and elements that show the craftsmanship of the time. And you hate to lose that character because once it's gone, it's not replaceable. And as I recall, y'all were buying the house to sell it. Is that correct? Or are you going to live there?
No.
Lived in
It's our
Okay.
primary residence.
Okay. This is such an awesome house. Congratulations. I just
Yeah.
love it. I don't know if it's been considered or if you researched it, but there's craftsmen around who can do an awesome job at restoring this stuff. And I have a house of a very similar era, and it has the same thing with the door. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But I would think that perhaps there might be a way to reinforce that maybe from the inside and have it be aesthetically pleasing. And also this door hardware is just, I bet it doesn't. I bet it doesn't. It's gorgeous, but I could look
Yeah.
at it and go, okay, well, I can tell what's an issue there. It looks like there's a deadbolt light above it, but that's something else I would strongly urge you to look into having it repaired or restored. Because the beveled glass and these side lights, it's just incredible. And it's such a value to the house and such an asset to the historic district. And it's right there center front. So I really encourage you to do everything you can do to maintain that.
Yeah, if we did, I get that. I think the door is really cool too. I talked to someone the other day about restoring doors, and they had some ideas for that door. I don't know. I mean, I can find out if we can restore the door, but if we did a double door that was you know, more of the style of door that it is today, that, you know,
Mhm.
kind of give the look that you're
Right.
trying to
Like
keep
with
there.
beveled glass and.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I really, you know, if the door itself is an issue, perhaps you could just do something with the door and maintain the
Right.
side lights and these transoms, because the
Mhm.
side lights do have the nice bevel glass.
Mhm.
And also something to consider is, if for whatever reason this door can't be restored, you could take it down and actually have it replicated. And maybe, you know, like pull off the numbers and stuff and put the numbers on the new door. You know, I would really strongly urge you to do something like that to maintain this awesome historic character. As if it can't be restored, to have it replicated.
Mm.
And rather than change the opening, because, you know, when you go to the double doors, the rhythm of the fenestration on the whole front of the house changes.
Yeah.
So I would really strongly encourage you to maintain this rhythm. And, wow, I mean, I just think this is so
Yeah.
amazing, just amazing.
Yeah, we, like she said, we love the windows, we love
Mhm.
the character of it all. So yeah, I think we can, I don't know, we can
We can
figure out a
figure
way to
something out.
restore it, or either find something that's very similar.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the carpenters we're working with, they save a lot of doors from the
Yeah.
historic homes in Webster, so there might be a door they have that would be
Right.
very similar as well. Yeah, restore this one.
Not have to not have to make it custom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have a similar age house here in Webster and I replaced some of that. Well, not the bevel glass,
Mhm.
but the door like glass with insulated like a 1/2 inch glass, just so it was more thermally efficient. I mean,
Yeah.
there's things that you can do to these old houses, keep the character.
Yeah.
My door is not as detailed as yours, but it's tongue and groove wood and we restored it. And I did have to put a new handle on it. But I chose something not Rocky Mountain hardware. I couldn't afford that, but the next step down, you know. But if you look around too, I think it's like you said, there's some resources around town where people have this stuff. I was just down at Gravois Planing Mill too. They, you know, those guys will make any custom piece of trim you need. So I mean, there's others in town. So
They've done some stuff for my house that I've had done, and yeah, it's just an avenue for you. And
just a thought.
yeah, and just also, while I'll insert real quick, while we're on the subject of the doors, around your side door, I can see where you'd want a door there because it is visible, pretty visible. If you could use a door that had more of the level of detail and, like you said, a wood door, so that was more in keeping with the style of the house. And also, if possible, if, you know, you could align the door head with the adjacent windows and then trim it out in a trim that matches the house.
The door would have to be way taller than normal to do that, and I think it would actually have to go up to the second floor to get that height.
Well, you know, if it's somehow technically not feasible, the height you have is fine. But if you would please trim it out, yeah, to
Yes.
match the existing. And then also just another note, even if there isn't a handrail required by code there, if those steps have snow and ice on them, it would be really good for your safety and convenience to have a rail. So
Mhm.
just something to
Mhm.
consider.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think,
have to walk all the way around the front, so I think that door is gonna be,
yeah, really useful.
yeah. Mhm.
Like, thank you for putting this here
Yeah.
to
And then-
myself
And
in
you
the
might wanna-
future.
You might want to save those awesome windows in case you want to put an addition or something on, to just keep those windows so you'll have them. Yeah.
Tracy, do you have any comments to add?
Nope.
David?
No, I echo the hope that the door can remain as a single door with either refurbished to make it safe or a single door that's possibly salvaged in someplace historic as well. Yeah, because to me those beveled glass sidelights are the
Mm.
awesome part of that front entry. And also just curious if you guys solved your roof edge problem. with the gutters?
Not yet.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah,
I'm curious. I'm just curious. I'm just happy. Hopefully you guys figure that out.
yeah, we've been focused on the inside.
Yeah, yeah.
we
We've
need
got
to-
a couple people that, roofers that have come by to look at it,
Yeah.
but they all say the same thing.
We-
Nobody's.
We might have some more questions for y'all
Yeah.
soon about
Okay.
that.
I've seen
Trying to
this a
figure
lot.
that out, yeah. Mm-mm.
All right, Ken.
I'm just waiting to hear what the motion is here.
Well, yeah, no, and
Throwing things out here, not.
no, I think that, I mean, honestly, that's really the question, I think now, right, really at hand is what do you guys think about the front door? I mean, do you want to try to keep it or do you want to try to replace it with what you're showing?
Well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm fine to keep it a single door. I think we either try to restore it as is or
Yeah.
find something that's really close and detailed character.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, because the craftsman style details of this house, you could easily add a lot more character to that single door, even if you can't restore it exactly the way it
Right.
was.
Right, right.
Okay.
That's another, oh, go ahead.
I do have a comment on the rear. My concerns about the design of the rear door are not quite as acute as comments made regarding the front of the house. The one suggestion I would make is if you're gonna do a stoop step similar to what you're showing on your illustration, maybe slide that over and have it centered on the dormer up above, and the door could be a little off centered, but that's a minor.
Okay, yeah.
There's
recommendation.
a
Mm-mm.
basement,
Interior.
window in the way.
Oh, there
to
is,
go
that's
that
true.
Oh, there is?
To the
Okay.
left.
Okay.
Then
way.
darn it. Darn it.
Sorry.
Which is a good idea. Yeah.
It'd be a nice spot for a cup of coffee.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
something else too, if you do end up having the door replicated, if you do end up removing this door, that would be something else that would be awesome to hang on to in case you get an inspiration for an interior project or something that might be
Mhm,
really cool.
Yeah. Or parts of,
Space, so.
yeah,
You could do that, yeah.
parts of that door. Okay, so I think, I don't believe there's any comments from the board members. So with that, at the public hearing, is there anyone else here that wants to make a comment about 211 South Elm Avenue? And seeing no one, Carol,
I'll make a motion to approve 211 South Avenue with the following understandings. That at the front door, the existing transom and the existing side lights will remain. That the front door will remain as a single door. The existing door will either be restored, replicated, or possibly replaced with a new wood door that is similar in style and character appropriate for the craftsman period. And regarding the side door would also be a wood door that would be appropriate to the craftsman period, and that the trim around the side door will match the trim on the existing home.
Second.
thanks, Tracy. All in favor?
Such a dramatic pause.
Aye.
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 Thanks, guys.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Yep. You guys have a nice night. All right, next we have 128 South Gore Avenue.
Here as the architect representing this property.
Okay, what's your name?
Taylor.
Taylor. Welcome, Taylor.
Is that microphone on? That's
Yes,
better.
sorry.
There you
just really
go.
Far away and I'm short.
Okay.
So
Okay, let's see, comments from board members.
I don't think we had any.
I don't think we had any.
No.
okay.
We didn't have any. It's a public hearing. Taylor, sometimes yeah, so we're good.
Thank you. Excellent.
All right.
Got it.
It's a public hearing, however, so is there anyone else present or online that wants to make a comment about 128 South Gore? Seeing or hearing no one, can I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 128 South Gore Avenue as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, oppose. All right. 128 approved. Good night. Next, we have not the window project. We have whatever comes next, which is Clark, 528 Clark Avenue, detached garage. Anyone here for that? Julie, hello?
Hi, I am the designer. I'm here with the contractor as well.
The designer?
Correct.
Okay, welcome.
Thanks.
Carol.
No, I'm good with it as submitted. I just
Dave.
had one suggestion.
yeah,
and
go
just-
ahead.
And it, minor thing is if you wanted to put some brackets under the eaves to match the house, that would be great, but I think for me, it's fine as it is.
Yeah, I think for me, it was nicely done. I had a question about the pitch. Did you guys consider the steeper roof pitch? I'm just curious.
Yeah, we did. The client did mention they wanted a little bit shallower, just
Mhm.
for ease of cleaning and maybe adding some lights, that kind of.
Yeah. Okay, that's my comment. Tracy?
Yeah, I had a question, on the gable brackets. It was nice that you brought that detail in from the house. But I noticed, I don't know if you meant for it to be kind of like a downscaled version of that, or if you're trying to match it exactly, but I noticed that the drawings don't have that horizontal piece on that gable bracket.
Yeah, I think we were just trying to mimic it a little bit, but where the
Mhm.
garage isn't as large as the house, just do a smaller version.
Yeah, okay, I think that's fine.
Mini bracket, mini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the garage door, it was noted as an insulated door, but it's drawn to have windows in the garage door, and I just wanted to make sure that that was the case.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes-
not,
Okay,
it's not insulated. Yeah,
but will it have the windows up top?
yes.
Okay. And then I just had one more comment, it was more graphical, just the site plan has a garage in the
Yeah.
wrong orientation.
Yeah, that was an oversight on my fault. It's just
Yeah.
rotated.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
Okay, David?
My only comment or question was the lap siding on the sides. Was that like driven by something, or because the main residence is completely shingled? Didn't know
Yeah,
if there was yeah.
Sorry, the existing structure, the garage that's there is not shaker, so it's the same. We just
Okay.
yeah. We just pulled the shaker from the residence and then added just the regular siding as it
Got
was.
got it. All
Yeah.
right. It's all gonna be tone on tone.
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
All right, Ken? Good to go. All right. With that, I'm gonna ask for a motion on 528 Clark Avenue.
Make a motion to approve 528 Clark Avenue as submitted.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Aye, opposed. All right, you are approved. Julie, have a good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, 136 East Waymire, sorry, Avenue. Waymire. It's been a long day.
Hi, Brad Peterson. I'm an architect representing the owner of the building. It is a bit of a confusing project. You can see some things are kind of started and stopped. This project was originally approved, I believe, by the ARB back in 2019. There were drawings that I pulled up with Mara Perry. Let me look at some drawings. So they had already, I think the intent of that project was just to add an attached garage and to remove the carport. And then they had some work on the front porch also. So they abandoned the project probably halfway through. You know, they kind of tore off the carport, poured a footing foundation, and then they kind of tried to scab on a new porch on the front, leaving the slab and kind of working around it. And then they abandoned the project. So our intent is to build onto the existing foundation, to put a garage on that, and then to use the existing foundation in the front and put a new porch onto that. So
Okay.
some of your concerns, I think wood railing noted on the front elevation. I didn't show a railing because it would sort of get in the way of the elevation in the back, but we're probably going to look at more of a vinyl type, with maybe a similar to like a Soulard rail sort of thing, a small rail on the top, picket,
Yeah.
and then a rail on the top, something more decorative in the front. The back rail would be more probably like a 2x4 with a 1x pickets, 2x4
Mhm.
lateral and horizontal on the top
Yeah.
around the deck in the back.
Okay.
With windows, you'd ask about windows. It would benefit having windows on the east and the west. On the garage side, I think adding a window would help to break up the elevation. And the east side, it's kind of tough. I've got bedrooms over there, and if we put windows on that side, then we're chewing up a lot of wall space that we need for beds and dressers. If it's the concern that we can, that elevation is too big and not enough broken down into component parts, I think maybe adding a band board or changing the pattern of the vinyl siding on the top to kind of break that up a little bit.
Hmm. All right, thanks, Brad. Tracy, you have any comments?
Nope, I think you addressed my front rail comment, so
Okay,
sounds good.
Ken, David,
I'm good.
Carol?
Just the window on the side elevation of the new garage and then also, are you going to put any kind of finish on that front porch wall, the foundation wall, or is it just?
Yeah, right now it's just a bare concrete foundation. You can see form lines and probably the
Uh-huh.
knockoff things. So we probably skim coat it or something to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to help it not be an exposed foundation. I mean, we're going to pour a new slab. We're taking that old slab off and putting a new slab on, which will probably be 4 to 6 inches in depth. And we'll do a 1.5 inch overhang. So it gives it a,
Yeah.
a nice kind of shadow line across it and defines the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I think just a subtle little thing like that skim coat will help the appearance a lot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it will. The appearance of the front of the house, it'll
Yeah.
definitely help it.
Okay.
Great. All right. I think that's good. Thank you, Brad.
Thanks.
With that, do I have a motion on 136 East Waymire?
I'll make a motion to approve 136 East Waymire with the understanding that there will be a skim coat on the front porch foundation wall, that the railing style on the front will be a Soulard style rail. The railing style on the back will be a 2x turn flat with 1x pickets, and window will be added to the side elevation of the new garage. Has that got everybody's?
Yep.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, Brad, you're approved. Have a good night. Thanks. With that, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. And good night.
Thank you.